Welcome back to the Matrix. On today, the most foolish of days, I did consider, maybe do a funny little jokey prank episode, but really there's no need. A, because lore building is a very serious business. We got no time for jokes in this endless web series.
Is banter. I'm against banter. I'm on record on the subject of banter.
And number two, I've already peppered in a completely made up, fabricated fact this year in this series already. Just something that has no bearing on reality. I just made one up. No, really. So now, feel free to squabble amongst yourselves as to which one that was. A prank 4 months in the making. Who's the April Fool now? So with that out of the way, time to get back to what we do best. Bionicle lore. That's right, today we're going to talk about Aeron. Aeron founded the Aeron Ninja Guild, later becoming an angel. He was also most important to the canon for being Vinteo's mentor, something you won't know unless you played the CD-ROM game. Now, as we all know, Aeron resented the Jakadak's lordship and led his ninjas in secret guerrilla warfare against Jakadax. These scheming Legos were then revealed to the guild, outed for their troublemaking, and they sent a strike team led by Zaristan to destroy the rebels, whilst Aeron, number one right-hand man of the Toa Nui, tried to console Vinteo after the recent loss of his brother Tranotera. This leads Zaristan and the Toa of Lightning to sneak up on the two at the Pool of Secrecy. Here, the Toa of Lightning incinerated Aeron, his dying wish being, "Vinteo, you must join the Hana clan." Pretty simple beginner level stuff, but then it gets interesting. Following his death, Aeron rose to heaven and learned of Matanui's death. A Komatoran showed him the disaster that had descended upon the world since then, and Aeron became Vinteo's guardian angel. Then he descended to the forest where the Toe of Air had been captured and helped him escape their guards, as they were being held in a Bionicle concentration camp for their Vicaran heritage. Sorry Sam, did I hear you say Bionicle Heaven? Yes, there are 2 different Bionicle afterlives, as I will now explain in great detail. There's Havatra Nui, the Bionicle underworld, Lego's Bionicle has a hell, and Have Nata Nui, the Holy Land. And now I think about it, Bionicle is absolutely a story about the resurrection of Christ. The great punishment. No shadow matches the darkness of evil souls, screaming and struggling for nothing, their lives condemned into everlasting slavery, everlasting work that can never be finished. That's our Protodermis Matoran there, dropping some philosophical truth bombs. Lego, by the way. Yeah, you know. Havata Nuis is the Bionicle heaven where all good and peace-loving beings go after they die. When a spirit is sent there, it could either roam the land in eternal peace and harmony, or become a guardian angel for a mortal. A Matoran soul can only get his or her wings when they do at least one single good deed. It's for this reason that the majority of the deceased end up living in Havatra Nui, the Bionicle underworld. This wiki page is full of spelling errors, and I find that adorable. Here you can find an entire list of all of the residents of both Bionicle Heaven and Bionicle Hell. It's very extensive. Such series staples as Lomnak, Ikaki, Captain Kershon, the Robomatoran from Mind of the Monster killed by Sarkanian, and all of the Makuta that sided with Miserix in the Makuta Rebellion. And I don't need to tell you anything about that, come on. Sam, this storyline was meant to support a toy line. Why does it have a Dark Souls level of complexity? Well, that's a very complicated question that all of my friends and family ask me often. Please refer to Book 5 of the Holy Bionicle Scriptures. No, that's not a joke, that exists. That combines all of the story into one collection. A brick testament. The assembled hordes of Makuta that live inside the Bionicle Hell also stage a revolution in Hell. So that's fun. Why did they put in eldritch powers and body horror and the doubt and fear of God in a Lego Kids brand? Please, I implore you to shut the fuck up. This is a Bionicle lore series now, and you need to be ready for rug pulls like that. I'm keeping you on your toes. Fact number 2. The Koanaki Bionicle Mask of Charisma. The Mask of Charisma is a Kanohi that allows its user to subtly alter the perceptions of the Trinuma. Greg Fashti approved the powers of the winning Mask of Zealotry as canon, though the mask was renamed to the Mask of Charisma. This is a massive point of contention for the Bionicle fanbase. Nah, okay, show us the real fact number 2. The Dalek that absorbed the internet? A Dalek that's mad online? Crazy if true. In the target novelization of Robert Schumann's Dalek, it is confirmed fact that the Dalek filters through the entire contents of the 2012 internet, meaning it has a comprehensive knowledge of early meme culture, leading it to commit suicide.
It's information. The Dalek is downloading the entire internet. But that's impossible. You have to admire it. Last, the Dalek disengaged from the cage computer tunnel. It knew the truth. It searched its neural pathways, looking for any information that might contradict it, offer up even some little ambiguity. Anything that might let it doubt what it had learned. It could simply stop. Let this be the death it had so long dreamed of. Put an end to the pain.
This also means, of course, the Metaltron has seen my oldest YouTube channel. Yeah, fuck it. It's better I out myself than one of you guys finds it. I've been living in fear that one of you will find my ancient 2007 era Doctor Who YouTube channel. It goes by the name Alonso, and yeah, can I get some pixels?
But not without foundation.
It is the Doctor.
I have conquered
The very early start of the video editor I would grow into. Holy shit, some of these have a lot of views. This one's just a troll video, an April Fool's if you will, for Series 4 finale speculation, where the Mox of Bahoon possesses Donna? Holy shit!
Tonight we dine in hell! This is madness! Madness. This is Sparta!
Nah, this one's actually sick. Saving it for later. It's a purer age, and it's still up. You can still see all these videos very publicly. I just implore you not to. In 2009, I would have taken this channel to my grave. And here I am now just outing myself, doxing myself emotionally on the internet. Have fun. Fact number 3! The Ragnarukians. Oh! You have not even begun to perceive Doctor Who continuity on the level that I have. And for that, I can only thank commenter and friend of the channel, Kenneth Nystrom. This fellow has been dropping essays of the true Doctor Who canon that none of us have been able to see throughout these years. And his good work can't be described as anything other than commendable. Pretty deep stuff. Like, you won't find this on the TARDIS wiki, even. So, today we're gonna dive in and uncover the revival like never before. Haha, the narrator of this video doesn't even get the true enemy of the Time War correct. The Daleks were not the true enemy of the Time Lords in the Time War. The Ragnarukians was, as they were the former rulers over time, and that after Rassilon and his teacher trapped them in a Schrödinger-like state of both being alive and ascended beings at the same time, the Ragnarukians manipulated mankind's history, so the Daleks came to be in the future, and then pushed and gave them the time travel tech. We know this above through Rassilon's ascension device, and how the Doctor transported away Gallifrey at the same moment, thus trapping the rulers of time in a Schrödinger state of both being alive and ascended. You still with me? Cool, because we haven't even started yet. In this new universe timeline that was spawned into existence in episodes Doomsday and Big Bang, very well hidden in Doomsday, the Weeping Angels are the former rulers of time, the Time Lords. The same as the Ragnarokians was in the classic series universe timeline, see 1963 to 2006, 2007, 2013 and 2014. Dr. Tyler is the 0th original form of our Doctor, the truth hidden behind a truth that the person thinks a lie, a triple fake out, done twice in the show, both times hiding the identity of the Doctor. All 4. Yes, 4. Throughout the years, we've been given the identity of 4 different Doctors for 4 different universes. The previous times 2 universe that gave birth to the Lost universe, the Lost alternate previous universe where Rose ended up and gave birth to, the classic universe seen 1963 to 2006, that ended with Doomsday Series 2, obviously, the new universe seen 2006 to today. Each of these above universes had their own Doctor that was at first trained by the previous Doctor. Our Doctor and Clara, Rassilon, female, and Tony Tyler, our Doctor.
Had a baby boy.
Oh, brilliant. What'd you call him?
He's called Tony.
Rassilon and Celestial Toymaker and Unknown. Cause! The former Doctor becomes the eternal present over the mankind and has become the new rulers over time. Dark times.
Jesus Christ, that right there is the mail. Now let's talk about the mail. Can we talk about the mail, please, Mac? I'm dying to talk about the mail with you all day, okay?
New series of New Who is about our mankind becoming the new rulers over time inside the new universe. And as Rassilon ascended at the end of the Time War, he became the new Celestial Toymaker, alongside all the new Guardians over time, Master becoming the new Black Guardian over time, Rose Marion, Tyler, becoming the new White Guardian over time. All the Doctors was born in the previous universe, and as that Earth got stolen and returned to the wrong universe, Journey's End, that mankind then, as it falls to the Dalek invasion, new universe, Cybermen, classic universe, equals new Skaro, equals classic our Earth, equals Rivers is completed and saves all mankind from former burnt Gallifrey by the Master activating Rassilon's Nightmare Child plan and device from the Omega Arsenal, and is the new key to time for the new universe, thus ascending everyone at the Gallifreyan High Council and trapping the rest in a flux? Schrödinger cat-like state of both being alive and ascended at the same time. Wink wink, don't blink. Equals, Rassilon's original people must have had the same fates when the Lost Universe ended. They are the Ragnarokians, gods of Ragnarok. And on, one can deduce everything about Doctor Who. But hang on, who is this Tony Tyler, and why is he the Doctor? Fun fact, BBC's Dr. Tyler, also more known as Doctor Who, have always, since at least the end of the 60s, been planned. The birth name of the Doctor was revealed by Russell T Davies in Journey's End in a triple fake-out. Tony Tyler. And Tony Tyler was seen with the first, second and third Doctor in the Three Doctors. Yes, you read that right, in the Three Doctors. Do a simple Google on Dr. Tyler and be amazed. And if possible, rewatch that serial. And realise entire first 2 series of new Doctor Who was both a conclusion and a beginning at the same time of Classic Who, where the Classic Universe meet its Doomsday in Doomsday, just when the call with Rose Tyler, his half-full sister, got cut off. This in turn is also hinted at by the moment in the 50th special citation needed. And then in the comments some haters start taking issue with this fact, to which Nystrom has an articulate and concise response. So, you get the basic premise that I seriously see Tony and Rose Marion Tyler as our Doctor and Romana. So, how to remove their doubts? Same scene, same episode. Number 1. Rise for Cybermen, before the intro scene. Mickey is pressing the button for 30 minutes.
What are you doing that for?
Because you told me to.
When was that?
About half an hour ago.
You can let go now.
This is far more important than meets the eye. 10 saying lost is also important, same scene. Because later in the show, twice, in Journey into the TARDIS, and more importantly in Listen, the same button, same feature of the TARDIS is pressed and deactivated again. It's easier to spot in Journey into the TARDIS than in Listen because it has larger implications in Listen. But the TARDIS have its dimensional controls deactivated, also in Listen, well before Clara takes control of the psychic interface that then takes the TARDIS back into the classic universe where a young copy of our 0th original Dr. Tony Tyler is. This young copy of the 0th original Doctor is the young First Hartnell, our Doctor. Yes, our Doctor is a copy of the 0th original Dr. Tyler seen in 1973 in the Three Doctors, but that's not what I'm going to point at, but first a small info. I haven't gotten into this yet, but for each new universe there is a repeat of everything. The so-called never-ending story, where the details may change to a small degree from the previous universe, but never the outcome of the whole universe. The birth of the Doctor for that universe, in the previous universe. See last scenes of last episode of serial Ghostlight for why that's important. What I'm about to point at next will at first make absolutely no sense, but it should, if explained correct, do. We have already on more than one occasions seen how a Doctor have been copied, saved in the show, and then how a copy of that save have been restored to real life. I'm here referring to the Hellbent episode, where a copy of the Doctor lived for about 3 days at a time for several billion years. But we have seen this before in the show. Something. I'm not going into Dr. Moon here, but instead, Cow is the interesting one in this case at this time. There is something very, very special about Cow that is hidden in plain sight. First, how she looks. Brown straight long hair and other features. Next, her name. Cow. It's basically the same Cow/Clara. In Twice Upon a Time, we saw a copy of Clara that had also been saved to a hard drive. What I'm going to say next may sound ridiculous at first. That hard drive is the same hard drive that the Raven saved Clara to. Because here is what we have all missed. Inside this new universe, the show have mostly been in since end of series 2. Yeah, you might only be aware that it have been a new universe in play since end of series 5. I know, but bear with me for now. There is a brand spanking new Doctor for this new universe, and then became the Doctor as our Doctor retired. And this new Doctor is Clara. Since she accepted the Cloak of Life, role of playing the Doctor, as our former Doctor gave the former Ascended Master the knowledge that must never be spoken. I loved being you, shining like a sun while the planet burnt. For each new universe there is a new Doctor, and we see both through Clara and Rassilon and the Celestial Toymaker. And we are not even remotely halfway through this, are we? Rassilon once used to train Tony Tyler to become the next Doctor, as Rassilon became the caretaker, curator, eternal president over the mankind that became the Time Lords. And then there's 6 more comments, and yeah, they're all the same length. Yeah, don't get it twisted, this is some dense reading. That's why I have this web series. My interest is academic. There is so much more, but that is for this time. Thank you, Kenneth, friend of the channel. Keep up the good work. And that's us. What, just because it's April Fool's Day, you expect me to be a little clown man, a little jester man? Bro Canon is a no pranks zone, and certainly a no joke zone, as I'm sure you know all too well.